POTV Go app එක දැන්ම දාගන්න. POTV Go SLT POTV TV බලන හොඳම විදිහ.
Tonight, digging deep, 2 terror training sites used by Easter attackers discovered, assets worth over 7 billion rupees identified. More arrests, 2 apprehended in connection with yesterday's tense situation in Negombo. Remain calm, Cardinal urges Catholic community to act patiently. The All Ceylon Jamiatul Ulama meanwhile appealed to Muslims to work for coexistence. Crash landing. Aeroloft plane bursts into flames, killing 41 people in Moscow. The jet may have been struck by lightning. All that and much more coming up on First at 9 this Monday, the 6th of May 2019.
Iodex ඇතුළත ඉදීම සමනය කරන අතර විනාඩි 5කින් ක්‍රියා කිරීම ආරම්භයි. Iodex දිවියට නව දිරයක්. Iodex වෙතින් එසේ කැක්කුමට විශේෂඥ Iodex Headfast ඉක්මන් සහනය අදම අත්විඳින්න.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
Well, a very good evening and welcome to First at 9 on AdaDerana 24 Sri Lanka's news channel. I'm Katrina Chang. Now, before we move on to our local news tonight, we'd like to tell viewers that it's yet another accomplishment for TV Derana, as one of our very own journalists were featured among the top 6 at the International Mobile Journalism Competition, also known as Mojo. The Mojo entry submitted by K.C. Saranga, General Manager of News at TV Derana, was selected among the best from a total of 154 entries representing 55 countries. Organised by the Thomson Foundation in partnership with Mojo Fest, the Mobile Journalism Competition is a leading showcase for mobile journalism talent in the world.
The Thomson Foundation Mobile Journalism Competition, in its 5th consecutive year, is a leading showcase for mobile journalism talent, also known as Mojo. Applicants are required to submit a feature story or news report, filmed and edited entirely on a mobile device. The Mojo entry submitted by K.C. Saranga, General Manager of News at TV Derana, for this year's competition has been selected to the top 6 from a total of 154 entries from 55 countries. The content of K.C. Saranga's Mojo entry is focused on the human-elephant conflict, a much-talked-about problem in Sri Lanka, with a solution nowhere to be seen. The Mojo Festival is scheduled to be held on the 6th of June in Ireland.
Security officials raided 2 training sites today which were suspected to be used by the Easter Sunday suicide bombers in Nuvarelia and Vala, Chennai. Meanwhile, students from grade 6 to 13 commenced school today, but attendance was recorded at less than 5%, a rate much lower than expected by the Ministry of Education. Furthermore, the time period announced by police to hand over unregistered weapons to the nearby police has been extended by another 48 hours. A rest house in Nuvarelia used by Easter Sunday suicide bombers, including ringleader Zaharan Hashim, was raided by security officials today. Police suspect that several suicide bombers had used the land for terrorist training. During preliminary investigation, it has also been revealed that almost 40 people have participated in suspicious seminars conducted within the premises. 3 suspects have been arrested during the operation today. Meanwhile, another terrorist training site that was to be used by Zaharan Hashim was also found today in Ominiyamadu area in Vala, Chennai. Following interrogations of the owner of the land, 236 galvanite sticks and a container filled with acidic liquid hidden in a PVC pipe was found. Plans to build underground bunkers in the 25-acre land which is on lease have also been uncovered. One person was arrested in Thala Pitia today after 1,000 army uniforms were discovered at a house. 350 T-56 live ammunition, 6 magazines and 2 hand grenades were also discovered at a ravur in Batiklo. The 2 hand grenades were later defused by the army. Meanwhile, one individual was arrested in Anuradhapura today on suspicion of conducting seminars for the National Tawhid Jamaat. Police also found a laptop which contained video footage of these seminars. 4 persons were arrested in Horopatana today after Special Task Force found 2 swords, 96 CDs, a computer, 36 fake rubber seals and 29 passports in their possession. During search operations at a land near a mosque used by the National Tawhid Jamaat organization in Bibila, the army had found 2 anti-personnel bombs and 1 bore 12 firearm. 2 individuals were arrested in connection with the incident. A bag containing explosives was found at a garbage pile near the Parakum College in Kottagala today. 1 person was arrested during inspection of a jeep in Millenia after 199 galvanized sticks and bags of ammonia weighing about 25 kilograms were found by police. 25 T-56 live ammunitions and 3 petrol bombs were also found during search operations in Vatukumbura area in Peradeniya today. 2 hand grenades and 135 ammunition used by various firearms were found in a parcel that was left on the roadside of the Dulapitiya-Banduragoda main road today. Meanwhile, police media spokesperson SP Ruwangunasekara revealed that over 140 million rupees in cash owned by the terrorist group responsible for the suicide bomb attacks on Easter Sunday has been identified following raids conducted over the past 2 weeks. Speaking at a media briefing today, the police media spokesperson went on to say that the Criminal Investigation Department is also taking measures to suspend other assets worth over 7 billion rupees belonging to the terrorists.
Criminal Investigation Department was able to recover cash over 140 million rupees and around 7 billion worth assets belonging to the extremist terrorist group which was related to the April 21st attack. And furthermore, 54 suspects are in Criminal Investigation Department custody of in connection with the investigations of these attacks. Another 19 suspects are in custody of Terrorism Investigation Division.
During the operation conducted by the Sri Lanka Navy, the Navy could apprehend 14 water gel sticks along with 26 detonators in Irakkand area in Trincomalee. The point is that during a meeting by the commander of the Navy with the licensed explosive distributors, commander was stressed negative impact of using these explosives illegally by the fishermen or any other party. So here we would like to again emphasize that hereafter the Navy would take strong legal action against the people who are using these explosives illegally, and definitely Navy would put them on legal cases.
Meanwhile, chief prelates of the 3 Buddhist sects in Sri Lanka urged the Buddhist community to refrain from engaging in Vesak festivities during Vesak Poya Day. A special statement signed by chief prelates of the Siam, Amarapura and Ramanya sects reminded that Vesak must be commemorated in a spiritual approach led by Buddhist teachings. The chief prelates also highlighted that the public must adhere to the responsibility of honouring lives lost during the Easter Sunday bombings. They urged the government to implement special security measures for all Buddhist religious sites across the island and ensure safety of the devotees ahead of Vesak Poya Day. The chief prelates also went on to urge the public to consult security officials before organising any Buddhist religious activities which attract groups of people. They also called on politicians to leave aside any political differences and set their goal to eradicate terrorism in Sri Lanka. Now, 2 suspects have been arrested in connection to the tense situation which erupted between 2 groups in Negombo last evening. Following the incident, a number of stern measures were taken by the government, which included imposing a police curfew last evening and a temporary ban on several social media sites including Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp and Viber, which are later lifted today. Now, issuing a communique today, however, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed that compensation be paid for the properties which were destroyed during yesterday's tense situation in Negombo. A tense situation which erupted between 2 groups in Kochigade Porotota area in Negombo led authorities to impose a police curfew for the police divisions of Negombo, Kochigade, Katunayaka, Dulapitiya, Kottadeniyaba, Pamanugama, Raddolugama, Seeduwa, Dungalapitiya and Katana with immediate effect last evening. The curfew was lifted at 7 a.m. this morning.
Yesterday evening, personal grudge was occurred between two individuals at Porutota in Kochikade police area. A tense situation started after a highly drunken group. Police immediately rushed into the place and took actions to control the tense situation with triforces. Two suspects have been arrested in connection with this incident. Totally peaceful situation maintaining in the area.
Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit, and President of the All Ceylon Jamiatul Ulama, Mufti M.I.M. Rizvi, inspected the area this morning.
අපි අවසන් කරමු මේක ඉදිරියට නොගෙන යමු මොකද මේවල සිදුවෙන දේවල් පිටිපස්සේ ඉන්නේ ඉස්ලාම් ආගම නෙමෙයි මේ පිටිපස්සේ තියෙන්නේ ඒ නිසා මේ අවස්ථාවේදී මම විශේෂ සහතිකයක් දෙනවා අපි ඔබට විරුද්ධ නැහැ ඔබත් සමග සටනට අපි ඉන්නේ නැහැ ඒක වැරදි මම අපේ ක්‍රිස්තු භක්තිකයන්ට ඉතාමත් ඕනෑකමින් කියනවා මේ අවස්ථාවේදී කරුණා කරලා කවදාවත් මුස්ලිම් සහෝදරයෙක් විරුද්ධව අත උස්සන්න යන්න එපා ඒක අපි කරන්න ඕනේ දෙයක් නෙවෙයි එහෙනම් අපි ආගමට අපි පිටුපා යනවා
They understood that some elements are trying to bring this situation to this country. Terror has become a marketing product. They are marketing it all over the world in the name of religion. The terrorism is nothing to do with Islam. Therefore, I appeal all the Muslims, especially the parliamentarians. All the parliamentarians have to work for coexistence.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed to provide compensation for all public and private property that were damaged following the tense situation in Negombo yesterday. The Prime Minister's office announced that the Office for Reparations under the Ministry of National Policies, Economic Affairs, Resettlement and Rehabilitation, Northern Province Development and Youth Affairs has taken immediate steps to assess the damages. Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit, urged the Catholics to protect the Muslim community and maintain peace following the tense situation which erupted in Negombo last evening. Speaking to journalists at the Archbishop's house in Colombo today, the Cardinal urged authorities not to allow the prevailing situation to worsen and to take necessary measures to curtail it. He further requested the public to be responsible when using social media platforms and refrain from spreading false propaganda.
යම් යම් කණ්ඩායම් මේ මිනිසුන්ව අවුස්සලා කරලියට බස්සන තත්වයක් තියෙනවා. ඒට හොඳම උදාහරණය තමයි ඊයේ මීගමුව ප්‍රදේශයේ සිදුවෙච්ච ඒ කලබලය පිටුපස්සේ ඉන්නේ මේ කියන්න පුළුවන් ජනතාවක් නෙමෙයි පිටින් ආපු කණ්ඩායමක් හැටියටයි අපිට හඳුන්වලා දීලා තියෙන්නේ බොහෝ දෙනෙක්. ඒ නිසා මේ පිටින් ඇවිල්ලා හොඳටම බොන්න දීලා ඒ කට්ටියව එවලා කතෝලික සහ මුස්ලිම් ජනතාව කෙටවීමේ වැඩපිළිවෙලකට උත්සාහයක් දැරූ බව තමයි ඊයේ අපිට පැහැදිලිව පෙනෙන්නේ. අනිත් එක තවත් එකක් තමයි බීමත්කම. මත්පැන් පානය කිරීම, අවම කිරීම සඳහා මම රජයෙන් කරුණාවෙන් ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා මේ දවස් කීපය ඒ ප්‍රදේශයේ තියෙන සෑම මත්පැන් වෙළඳ සැලක්ම වසා දමන ලෙස. මේ අවස්ථාවේදී මම විශේෂ ඉල්ලීමක් කරනවා සමාජ මාධ්‍ය ජාලය ඔස්සේ Tamanගේ නිගමන අනුව මේ දේවල් සිදු වෙනවා කියලා ප්‍රචාරය කරන්න යන්න එපා. එතකොට වෙන්නේ රට එකමුතු වීම වැරදි අතට හරවා ගැනීමයි. අපි බොහොම සමාදානයෙන් ජීවත් වෙන්න කැමතියි. ඒ නිසා අපි කතෝලික ජනතාවට කියනවා මුස්ලිම් සහෝදර සහෝදරියන්ව ආරක්ෂා කරන්න ඉදිරිපත් වෙන්න කියලා. ඔවුන්ට හානියක් කරන්න එපා. ඔවුන් නෙමෙයි මේ වැඩේ කෙරුවේ. ඒක මම පැහැදිලිවම ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා. මොකද අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා කරුණු ඔප්පු කරන්න මුස්ලිම් අය මේවට සම්බන්ධ නැහැ කියලා.
මේ වගේ අත්‍යක ඇත්තේ එක්තරා ඇමතිවරයෙක් කිව්වා මේ කඩු විශාල වශයෙන් කඩු ගෙනාව තනකොළ කපන්නයි කියලා.
බය තියෙන කෙනෙක් තමයි ආයුධයක් අතට ගන්න. අපි මිනිස්යන් හැටියට අපි එක එක්කෙනාට බයෙන් ජීවත් වෙනවා නම් එතකොට අපි අපේ ධර්මයට අනුව ජීවත් වෙනව නෙමෙයි.
චෝදනා ලැබලා තියෙන මේ දේශපාලඥයින් සම්බන්ධයෙන් මේ වෙනකොට රජයට පියවරක් කරගෙන නැහැ. ජනතාව තුළ මේ සම්බන්ධව යම් කිසි කුතුහලයක් ඇති වෙන ඇයි මේ වගේ පියවරක් ගන්නේ නැත්නම් මෙච්චර
කවුරු හරි කාට හරි විරුද්ධව චෝදනාවක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒ චෝදනාව විග්‍රහ කරලා විමසලා බලන එක යුතුයකමක්. කාගේද? We will soon restore the Sunday masses to the churches, but we have to be sure we can't take a risk because there was a threat to two different places in our diocese. So we decided to suspend the masses in order to avoid another tragedy.
What is your message to the Christians in Europe, in Holland, and in Italy?
Please pray for us and help us if they can.
The first direction was that we need justice, and the second direction we gave that we should love one another. How does these two?
Yeah, very true, because at the very beginning I was a bit insistent on justice, but when I reflect more on our Christian principles, it is love that is more important. So we must reach out to those who have offended us in following the example of Jesus. Our task as Christians, we must have love and mercy as our attitude.
Meanwhile, Chairman of Sri Lanka Tourism Development Board and the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion, Kishu Gomez, expresses confidence that the authority will be able to revive the Sri Lanka tourism brand within the next couple of months. Kishu Gomez went on to say that it is Sri Lanka's obligation to provide security to hotels and other destinations patronized by tourists, and therefore with assured national security, the confidence on the destination will be soon rebuilt.
Obviously, with the incident that happened on the 21st, there were so many cancellations flowing in. Some of the tourists, wanted to immediately get back to their home countries, which is quite understandable. Beyond April, we were anyway going into the lean season. Last year, April, we had 180,000 tourists visiting Sri Lanka, which dropped to 129,000. If we were to maintain the same number as last year, that would have been 4,300 tourists on a daily basis. As opposed to that, we're still getting 1,700 tourists on a daily basis. While media has been reporting 80% cancellations, all of that, the reality is that versus last year's same period, it is only a 60% drop. So in terms of our key focus areas from now on in order to be able to revive the Sri Lanka tourism brand, which we're very, very confident of, number one is national security. So we need to be able to go out and say country is back on track and safety is assured. Security in respect of hotels and other destinations the tourists are patronizing. It's our obligation, our accountability to ensure that these places are secured. So we're working on that as well. Travel advisories, as one can very well understand, is a major concern, and we have 37 advisories being issued. So we will soon be talking to all these missions to see how best we can win their confidence back. In terms of our approach in reviving the brand, Sri Lanka tourism is extremely optimistic. If you've been thinking as to how long it would take for Sri Lanka to be able to recover, by the way, since 21st, we've not had a single attack. Countries that have had to deal with this issue have taken 13 months to fully recover. And some people have been saying, it would take 10 years, but I'm sure we wouldn't take 13 months. With security being assured, over the next couple of months' time, we'll be able to revert the trend of decline for us to be able to get back to the numbers we wanted to deliver.
As soon as it happened on the 21st, security forces took steps to stop possible escalation of violence by deploying adequate number of troops on ground, which helped prevent developing it into an ethnic conflict. Simultaneously, we started search and clear operations, which also brought success. We were able to apprehend 70 to 80% of their cadres. Schools, religious places, tourist hotels have been provided with security. As said today, we are at an advantage position in defeating them.
Well, we have more news, but before that, we will now cross over to a short commercial break, so make sure you stay tuned.
You are watching Sri Lanka's #1 news channel. This is AdaDerana 24.
The Colombo Magistrates Court today granted bail to 9 out of 10 suspects who were apparently involved in the copper factory owned by the suicide bomber of the Shangri-La Hotel in Sam Ahmed. They were granted bail after the police failed to provide precise details to the magistrate on under which act the suspects were being produced before court.
10 individuals attached to the copper factory owned by the suicide bomber of the Shangri-La Hotel in Sam Ahmed, who were taken into custody by the Vellampitiya police recently, were produced before the Colombo Magistrates Court today. The police informed court that the suspects were arrested in a joint raid carried out by the Criminal Investigation Department and the Terrorist Investigation Division to investigate if they had any involvement in the suicide bombings on Easter Sunday. The police also revealed that despite stating that they received a monthly salary of 30,000 rupees from the copper factory, the suspects have paid rent amounting to over 30,000 rupees. The police added that according to the data analysis recovered from their phones, they had been lurking in Colombo and suburbs collecting information, claiming to be working at the factory. Police went on to inform the court that the third suspect of the incident, Mohammed Lafir, has had close connections with Insam Ahmed, who is responsible for the suicide attack in Shangri-La. The police also informed that these suspects had used 2 or more SIM cards. During the court proceedings, Additional Magistrate of Colombo Priyantaliyanage questioned under which act are the suspects being produced before the court, for which the police said that a decision is yet to be made in this regard. Accordingly, considering the request of the attorneys representing the suspects, the Magistrates Court granted bail to 9 of them with 2 sureties of 500,000 rupees each. The suspect, identified as Karupaya Rajendran Abdullah, was ordered to be further remanded until the 20th of May for further interrogations. Police informed court that Rajendran Abdullah, a born Tamil, was converted to Islam by Insam Ahmed and had arranged his marriage to a Muslim woman. However, further investigations on these 9 suspects will continue and have been prohibited from travelling abroad.
Former Army Commander Lieutenant General Derana highlighted the need for the government to introduce policies that create self-confident individuals. Speaking at an event last evening, the former Army Commander went on to say that it is only through patience did the 30-year war come to an end, and added that no other army in the world has been able to exercise such patience than Sri Lanka.
දකුණු ආසියාව තමයි ලෝකේ ඉහළම GDP එකක් වර්ධනය වෙන රටක වර්ධනය වෙන ඒ ප්‍රමාණය වැඩි 7.2ක වර්ධන වේගයකින් මේ දකුණු ආසියාව යනවා. ලෝකේ අනිත් රටවල් ගත්තොත් මේ ඊළඟට ඉන්න කට්ටිය 4.5යි ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් එක. දියුණු වෙනෙන් පවතින මේ ප්‍රදේශයේ අපි මේකේ රටවල් 8ක් තියෙනවා දකුණු ආසියාවේ අපි දන්නවා. ඒ 8 වෙනි ස්ථානය ගන්නට උප්පරිම සටනක් දෙනවා අපි. 7 වෙනි ස්ථානේ ඉඳලා 8 වෙනි ස්ථානයට යන්න අපේ 3.2යි ඇෆ්ගනිස්තානයේ 3යි 2.4ක්ද කොහෙද. ඒ 2.4ට වඩා පහළ යන්න අපි සෑහෙන උත්සාහ දරනවා. මේ බෝම්බෙත් එක්ක සමහරට ඒකත් අපි අචීව් කරගනි වැඩි කල් යන කලින්. ඉතින් එහෙම තත්වයක් අපි දෙනවා. ඒතර ආත්ම විශ්වාසය ඇති අය නිර්මාණය කිරීමේ ප්‍රතිපත්තියක් රටේ ඇති වෙන්නට ඕනේ. ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය සෝල්ජර් තරම් ඉවසපු සෝල්දාර් කෙනෙක් මේ ඇති ඉතිහාසයේ නෑ. අපි ඉදිරියට ඇවිල්ලා අපිට උසුළු විසුළු කරා ත්‍රස්තවාදීන්. එහෙම තත්වයක් අපිට දෙනවා. මේ සියලු දෙයක්ම ඉවසා දරාගෙන හිටියා අවුරුදු 30ක් පවන වෙනකන් අවසාන අවස්ථාව වෙනකන් අපට අවශ්‍ය නායකයා, අපට අවශ්‍ය ප්‍රතිපත්තිය, අපට අවශ්‍ය ක්‍රමවේදය එනකන් අපි ඉවසගෙන හිටියා. ඒක ආව විතරයි අපි ඒ අයට දෙන්න ඕන භාෂාවෙන් කියන්න ඕන තේරෙන භාෂාවෙන් කිව්වා කියලා ඒක නිම කරගත්තා.
Leader of the Pivituru Helurumaya MP Udaya Gamampila says that unlike the 30-year-long war against Tamil terrorists, the Muslim community was supportive in providing information to track down extremists. Parliamentarian Gamampila, addressing a media briefing today, also urged the Sinhalese to not harass the Muslim community but rather assist in defeating religious extremism in the country.
We urge Sinhala people not to unnecessarily harass innocent Muslim people, because we must commend Muslim people's support for defeating Muslim extremism. According to our security forces, Tamil society in a large way supported and protected Tamil terrorists. But on the other hand, Muslims in large, they provide information about the weapons, terrorists and their whereabouts. That's why our security forces were able to crack down Muslim extremism in rapid manner and to locate huge amount of weapons and other explosives. This support is crucial in defeating Muslim extremism in our society. Therefore, we should try our best to keep innocent, ordinary Muslims in our side rather than pushing them towards the other side. As all of us are fully aware, 1983 July riots contributed immensely for the growth of the Tamil terrorism. We should learn lessons from that. We have to be patient further because we are in the process of defeating extremism. Sinhala people's patience and the cooperation is very crucial defeating Muslim extremism. We have an appeal to the Muslim society as well. Please do not encourage extremist Muslim leaders like Rishad Baduddin and Asad Salih to appear before media and further fuel the existing crisis situation. Instead, encourage respectable people like President Council Ali Sabri to come forward and represent the Muslim views before the media.
A memorandum of understanding was signed between Sri Lanka and the People's Government of Hainan Province in China during the thematic forum on sub-national cooperation, which is aimed at rejuvenating the Sri Lanka's plantation sector. The MOU covers the three crops including rubber, tea, coconut, cashew, sugarcane, as well as related industrial value chains. During stage 1 of the intervention, the Sri Lankan rubber industry would be the main focus, and it is also predicted that the new agreement, an integral project of the Belt and Road Initiative, will provide immense benefits to both countries. In implementing the MOU, Sri Lankan rubber industry will work closely with the Hainan Rubber Industry Group, a listed company with market capitalization of over $4.2 billion. Minister of Plantation Navin Dissanayake expressed his determination to use this agreement to take the Sri Lankan rubber industry to new heights. The Osha Price Index dropped to its lowest close in 5.5 years today to 5,386.27. Meanwhile, turnover was 441.3 million rupees, lower than this year's daily average of 578.5 million rupees. Meanwhile, foreign investors sold a net 75.2 million rupees worth of shares, extending net foreign outflow to 4.45 billion rupees so far this year. We now have Dimantha Matthew from First Capital Holdings on how the stock market performed today.
Heavy buying interest was seen in the bond market today as the market liquidity continuously was seen rising amidst the lack of credit growth. Bond yields continued its downtrend as we saw a decline of around 5 to 10 basis points today as well. In the equity market, of course, we saw continued negativity with the terror attacks continuing to haunt the equity market as the SPI declined for the third consecutive day. Foreign outflow in Hemas Holdings resulted in a net foreign outflow for the overall market of around 75 million rupees.
From the birth of the royal baby to the 41 deaths of the Russian plane crash, we have it all right after this commercial break. So make sure you stay tuned.
You are watching Sri Lanka's #1 news channel. This is AdaDerana 24.
At least 41 people on board a Russian passenger jet were killed, including 2 children, after the aircraft crash landed at a Moscow airport yesterday, bursting into flames on impact. The plane, which had been flying from Moscow to the northern Russian city of Murmansk, had been carrying 73 passengers and 5 crew members at the time. Passengers and crew on board the jet was forced to make an emergency landing at a Moscow airport, saying it was struck by lightning moments before it crashed. No official cause has yet been provided for the disaster. Russia's investigative committee said it had opened an investigation and was looking into whether the pilots had breached air safety rules. Buckingham Palace confirmed this evening that the Duchess of Sussex has given birth to a boy. Prince Harry said they were absolutely thrilled and thanked the public for their support during the pregnancy. Prince Harry said his wife Meghan and the baby were doing incredibly well, adding that they were still thinking about names for the baby boy. The baby is seventh in line to the throne behind the Prince of Wales, the Duke of Cambridge, and his children Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis and Prince Harry. A record-opening one-day international partnership of 365 between John Campbell and Shai Hope helped West Indies earn a thumping 196-run win over Ireland Clontarf yesterday. Campbell and Hope were just 7 runs short of the record ODI stand set by Windies pair Chris Gale and Marlon Samuels in 2015. The Irish attack was routed as Campbell and Hope hit 8 sixes and 37 fours in the West Indies total of 381 for 3. Ireland was out for 185 in 34.4 overs, with Kevin O'Brien top scoring with 68. And with that, we conclude this edition of First at 9. Thank you for joining us and have a pleasant evening.